over these past few games. One thing we noticed out there watching the game was he didn't seem to have the lift he normally does. He had a couple of shots blocked and a couple of layups that otherwise would have been dunks. I heard Red Kerr say that is one thing that will probably take him a little time to get back. We did see him get his shooting touch back in Boston, and tonight he really didn't shoot a whole lot from the outside, and in some of his drives he seemed to be a little bit tired. I'm looking off here to see if I see Michael coming in and his entourage, and he himself is on his way in. Probably not in too good a mood, but the class act that he is, he will talk to us tonight as he normally does. And let's give him a moment or two to get up to the podium, to post his thoughts, and let's hear what he thought of tonight's ball game.
Was it trying too hard? I guess, you know, every time I step the court, try to do my best, you know, and right now I'm in the process of trying to push myself to get myself really back into the rhythm that I want. And a couple of times, you know, I just didn't feel the rhythm, but yet I had the shot, you know, and if I'm on the court, you know, I can't pass those open shots. I think that's just, you know, it's my nature, certainly. I got to take the open shot. The team relies on me to take the open shots, and as much as, you know, I want to get my rhythm, I just hadn't gotten my rhythm thus far, and it's a little frustrating, certainly, but I just have to keep pushing myself. I mean, certainly the crowds paid me a lot of respect. It was fun coming back here, and disappointing when I certainly couldn't play the type of basketball I want to play or that they have seen me play. Hopefully by the end of the season I can play back up to my caliber of play. But it's real disappointing when you when I come in and I really can't do what I want to do. You know, offensively, I think the other phases of the game I try to contribute: defense, rebounding, whatever.
How long do you think it takes before the other guys learn to play with you?
I don't know. If I can answer that specifically, then that would be an easy answer. But I think it's going to take some time, and I think we just have to, you know, keep playing and see when we are gelled together. Hopefully it won't be long. Phil's playing a lot of minutes, trying to get me to get used to the other players as well as the other players getting used to me. And I think he's also trying to get my legs back quickly. You know, I played 44 minutes, and a lot of those minutes I was kind of out of the way, you know, and I really wasn't as productive as I wanted to be. In practice, yes. I mean, what little practice time that we can give, you know, you got to realize, you know, for me, this is only my third, fourth game. Some of these guys have been playing 66, 67 games, so you don't want to wear them out too much in practice. You know, you got to worry about injuries or whatever. So, and hopefully they can recover quickly from game to game, but you don't want to tire them out.
What is missing from your game? Are you concerned about it?
I'm not so concerned because I know I can play the game of basketball. I'm certainly not consistent offensively, and the team has not gotten used to playing with me as much as I still trying to learn how to play with some of the other guys. I mean, for instance, Bill Whittington, when I penetrate, I got to know that he's not going to roll through the hole. He's going to sit there on the baseline for the jump shot. I missed him a couple times tonight, and you know, that's something that I have to learn from.
Michael, you think something has to do with talking about driving and talking about...
Either way, I mean, if you understand the game of basketball, I mean, you got to play with some rhythm. You know, jump shot, driving to the hole, knowing what to do when you go to the hole, knowing where your players are going to be when you go to the hole, and you create the, you know, the defense comes and helps out. You know, finding those guys in right spots. You know, right now, there's only a couple guys I know where they're going to be. You know, BJ, Pippen, you know, Tony, I'm learning, Luke, I'm learning, and Bill, I'm learning. Other guys, I'm learning. So when I dribble and I penetrate and the defense comes over, I have a tough time finding them. And when I'm dribbling and I'm going up on my jump shot, my legs and the rest of my body is certainly not in sync. So my shots are short. You know, I don't feel comfortable with the shot yet. As much as I practice in practice, when you get in the game, it's a whole different situation.
You said you didn't have to win to get to Orlando tonight, but after a while, winning comes to time.
Well, when after a while gets here, then you know. You know, right now, I think you know, we're trying to win. I think, but we are going through an adjustment period because of, you know, myself being back into the lineup, and you love to learn and win at the same time, but something has to give, and you know, right now something is giving, and it's the wrong thing that's giving. You know. Horace is going to play his game. You know how Horace is going to play, and try to keep him off the board. Certainly, try to keep him from getting, you know, garbage baskets, and you know, he's a very strong rebounder and keeps the ball alive and takes some of the pressure off of the guys on the board. And I wish he was on his team, but certainly he's not. So we have to treat him as that. Any trash talking? No, not that I know of. Not for me anyway. Certainly, I can see that happening. I'm used to playing across the street. You know, it's a different surrounding, but the dimensions are the same. So you have to get used to the surroundings a little bit to where you feel comfortable. I don't really think that's the situation with me right now. I think it's more me more than the circumstances or the surroundings. So as much as I want to blame someone else, I got to blame myself, you know, and my game, you know. And I stunk it up a little bit offensively today, you know, which is very disappointing. But when you have games like that, you try to do other phases of the game to make a contribution to the team. And I think one emphasis that Phil is trying to emphasize is that even though the team looks to come to me, as much as I want to contribute, I'm not quite ready to take that responsibility. You know. I don't know. I didn't have anything to compare it to. You know, so I'm back trying to figure out ways of getting my game back. Now, what do I compare it to? I don't know. You know, I mean, the closest thing that I can compare it to is my second year when I missed 64 games and I came back, and it took me a while to get my rhythms in. You know, even though I was playing 7 minutes a half, it still took me a while to get my rhythm, and you know, I don't anticipate it. I can't just turn it on as much as I want to. I just can't turn it on, and you know, it's just going to take some time. Excuse me? Not so much the rebounding, it's just the hustle to the ball. You know, a couple of times Orlando beat us to the ball, and we were giving up on the ball itself. I mean, we know that, you know, we have to compensate for that hard work and rebounding, such as Hodge gave us to, you know, in the last couple of years. Pippen and I are going to try to get back and do a lot of rebounding, but it's the little things that's going to make the difference, the hustle of getting to the ball. You know, we create a lot of turnovers and a lot of tip balls, and when we can't capitalize on that, then it's tough for us, knowing that we lose. We don't have the strong rebounder.
What are you measuring yourself? How are you measuring?
I'm just trying to feel comfortable again, to where I can do the necessary things to be productive offensively. You know, defensively, I mean, I'm trying to make adjustments from a physical standpoint to move out and be aggressive defensively. Right now, I can't do that for 44 minutes. You know, even though I'm pushing myself, my legs gives out a little bit down the stretch, and so I'm really trying to push myself in all phases of the game so I can recover quickly. I don't understand that question. What sense? I'm out there. That's a rush within itself. You know, quite naturally, when you do make contributions, when you make a basket, when you make a steal, when you make a block shot or rebound, I mean, that's adrenaline enough to motivate you to do more of it. But the mind and the physical, for me, is having a tough time getting together on the same page.
Also, Michael being gracious as usual, even though he is obviously disappointed in tonight.